Gold Rush.
I've actually got a pretty big shot at beating Todd. All we gotta do is divert the creek. They've frozen hole. Can you clear it? What the f is happening down there? What's up? Good, I gotta go. Nail it, nail it. We broke the bucket line.
If you don't have the buckets, then don't run.
Winter's setting in, and I got twice the amount of pay and half the time to run it. Fort Knox. It's the biggest piece of equipment we've ever moved. Be careful. Whoa! What was that? Long. 2 plants, 600 yards an hour. We got double barrel shotgun coming to Parker. This is when a season is won or lost.
At Scribner Creek, Parker Schnabel is mining a new section of the boundary cut, his richest ground to date. With just 2 weeks left in the season, he has over 2,500 ounces of gold. He could still hit his 3,000-ounce, $3.3 million goal if his ground continues to deliver.
The boundary cut's been really good. I get the gold out of the ground. We gotta finish strong.
Parker and crew are once again ahead of their rival, Todd Hoffman.
The competition going on between us and Todd Hoffman is pretty close, so we're expecting this to pay off really big, and if it does, it's probably going to be just what we need. Oh, come on, man. Gravel that's frozen. Basically a big frozen hole. It fell off. When teeth are breaking off the bucket, we got problems. Too hard, it's ripping the bucket apart. I'm gonna have to talk to Parker.
Just a week ago, this new section of the boundary cut produced a monster 388 ounces of gold, worth well over $400,000.
So what do you want to look at? This hole here, this was frozen. 40 feet that way with frost. How much soft dirt do you think we have? If we run another week, we'll be lucky, huh? Yeah.
Earlier in the summer, frozen pay gravels quickly thawed out. But now, in late September, with less sunlight and temperatures dropping below freezing, frozen ground has no chance to thaw. If Parker can't find thawed ground, his season is over.
I want to show you something.
Rick comes up with a plan, but it's a long shot.
You know, Treasure Island was right there. Boundary cut's right here, both amazing ground. And right through the middle of it, we've got a big old thawed creek bed. There's zero chance of it being frozen. All we got to do is divert the creek. It's not that simple. True. In our water license, they lay out how to do it, and it's pretty strict, you know, as far as building a stream bed. Sure. It has to be constructed like it's been a creek bed for the last 30 years. Sure. With fish habitat features. We need to take it seriously, you know. We have to do it right. Like, if we screw up, I mean, they can take our water license. But it's got no overburden on it, and it's thawed. Could be something special. I mean, it's doable, and we've actually got a pretty big shot at beating Todd, too. Yeah, man. Then let's do it. Sweet.
The plan? Construct a 120-foot wide channel to divert Dominion Creek west into neighboring Sulphur Creek, exposing 1,800 feet of thawed gold-rich gravel in the riverbed between their two best cuts, Treasure Island and the Boundary Cut.
Yeah, we still got gold to find. So if this is what it's going to take to do that, then we got to do it. It's all or nothing right now. We're running Monster Red pretty much 24/7 to get rid of this pile of pay. We got to get this pay run.
Todd Hoffman and crew have mined 2,376 ounces of gold, worth over $2.6 million, 324 ounces short of their 2,700-ounce season goal.
We get all this gold sluiced off this hill, there's even a chance we can beat Parker.
Todd is just 215 ounces behind his young rival.
We're calling this the $1 million pay pile. We probably have no more than 2 weeks left, and there's a lot of dirt and a little bit of time.
With temperatures hovering at the freezing point, a snow squall hits the McKinnon Creek claim.
Freaking cold. I didn't expect this snow. The way I see it, we got 2 to 3 weeks of pay here, and we don't have that kind of weather. Look at this. Because it gets colder at night, this will continue to get worse.
When it freezes here, it freezes. All that gold's going to be frozen in this pile right here this winter.
I'm running day and night. We're just balls to the wall. There's no way to go any faster.
The Hoffman crew has barely sluiced half of their $1 million pay pile. They're losing their battle with the frozen north.
We're not gonna make it.
Wait a minute. Whoa, whoa, whoa. What do you mean we ain't gonna make it?
What I'm telling you is, I don't think we got time to run this pay.
Normally, I would say, you know what, we got to jump on next year. But if we leave this here, we're never going to get it.
I don't want to leave gold here if we're heading to Oregon.
Do all that work for somebody else to sluice your gold.
We got to get this pay. We cannot leave this pay here. Don't stop.
It'll take the Hoffman crew at least 2 weeks to sluice their 70,000-yard pay pile. But the Yukon winter has come early. If temperatures continue to drop, they'll be forced to leave behind $500,000 in gold. Todd has to come up with a way to get the gold his crew has worked for all season.
There's definitely don't want to drive out of here and leave that pay. There's just no way we're going to get that pay ran, come hell or high water. This is like Christie's. This is definitely one of the biggest mines on the Indian River. It's a family operation. We may have the answer to our problems. Seamus?
Yes?
How's it going, man?
Not bad, Todd. You?
Good.
Ever since he arrived in the Klondike, Todd's admired his neighbor's wash plant.
There it is, Todd, Fort Knox. Wow. Built out of 150,000 pounds of steel. It's easy to use, it's easy to set up.
How many yards an hour?
It'll do up to 350 yards when you crank it up.
350. I personally think this is the best wash plant in the Klondike. It's got things on it that no other wash plant in the Klondike has.
Fort Knox features a pre-washed box that pumps 4,000 gallons of water a minute to blast every grain of gold off the rocks. The concentrate is then slowed down by a unique bed of nails before it enters a pair of opposing sluice runs fitted with 2 boil boxes. Inside each boil box, water jets spin the slurry, forcing lighter material out while allowing large nuggets and the finest gold to settle.
Usually a neighbor comes over and borrows sugar or something like that, but I'm asking to borrow probably $1 million wash plant. Just kind of stay back and let me talk to her.
To rent Fort Knox, Todd has to close a deal with the mine boss, Tara Christie.
Hey, Tara.
Hey, how are you?
I'm kind of in a pinch. Is there any chance that you might be able to rent me your wash plant?
I don't think I can help you, Todd. We were just packing up to leave, so it's not great timing for us.
Mm-hmm. What if I give you guys a decent cut of the gold? If I leave that pay on the hill, it's not going to go to you or me. Just Peter will take it, because I may not be back next year. I might be in Oregon. So I feel like if I don't work something out with you, I'm going to lose $500,000.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
If you're not coming back, then I'd probably want to get it done too. Okay. I'm willing to stay and help you out. It's going to be a lot of work, so I guess we better get on it.
Thanks, Sarah. We're going to go for it like we usually do. Do we always win at this game? No, we don't. Right now, we're hoping for a win.
I've never really done a big creek diversion like this. For the past 4 years, all I've done is dig holes. This is a chance to create something and make something beautiful.
Rick Ness starts work on the diversion channel to open up 1,800 feet of thawed gravels beneath Dominion Creek. The boundary cut is frozen solid. Mechanic Mitch Blaschke monitors Goldzilla as it chews through the last of their thawed pay dirt.
Got a serious problem. Our shaker keeps changing speed. It should run at a constant RPM. Keeps slowing down to almost a stop, and then it ramps back up. Hey! Shut it down! Might be Goldzilla's last shake. Hey, Rick. Hey, we got a serious problem up here. We're not running.
See. So if the thing's not shaking right, there's no point in prepping this creek conversion. It's the end of the season. It's just like, just run for a little longer.
Parker arrives to assess the situation.
We got big problems.
I heard.
I fixed heavy equipment. I'm no electrician, but it's either in that switch panel or right up there's the motor.
What I'd like to do is go ahead and eliminate this if we can, and just make sure that it's the motor. Let's just make sure that that's it.
To limit downtime, Parker wants to hotwire the shaker directly to their generator.
Instead of going from our generator to our switchgear to the shaker deck, we're just going direct shaker deck to generator. Right now, we've eliminated a lot of connections and a lot of components in our switchgear. If we put this all together and the shaker runs at low RPM, well, then we know that it's our motor on the shaker. If that's the case, this plant might be done. We're all wired up. Now it's time to see if it works. Hey! Give me a little bit!
Mitch slowly cranks the shaker up to full speed to test it under load.
Keep going, that's it. That's what we wanted to see. Running a nice even RPM. You can see how nice the rock's coming off the end of the shaker deck. That's exactly what we're looking for right now. We gotta have the shaking juice right, screen the material, get that gold down to our sluice runs.
Parker has lost 4 hours of precious running time to fix the shaker deck, but his hunch was right, and Goldzilla is back washing rocks.
Hey Rick, it's fixed. We're gonna go for the rest of the season now.
That's more like it.
Hey, drop it.
At Eureka Creek, with the end of the season approaching, Tony Beat's $1 million dredge has mined just 547 ounces of gold, worth only $600,000, still 353 ounces short of paying for itself.
I'll go talk to Gene.
Last week, Tony changed course, turning the dredge to mine an area with the best drill holes on his claim. But his desperate move didn't pay off, delivering less than $50,000 worth of gold.
I know all about already right now, so let's see if we can find something better.
To get back on the gold, Tony has made another radical decision.
Let's turn this damn thing around. Let's head back to where we know there's some better gold. Let's make the turn. Let's hit that way. No, yeah, no sense hammering away with what we're doing. No, not here just to wash rocks.
But the narrow pond is barely wider than the dredge, making a 180-degree turn next to impossible.
So how you plan on doing it, Gene?
I'm thinking, well, what do we take a step ahead? Every time we step ahead, we take another, 20, 30 degrees maneuver until we make a 180.
So how long do you think it's going to take to make a turn?
Oh, I'm not really sure, Tony. Just maybe 2 days. I mean,
2 days? No way, Gene. Man, we got plenty of room out there. Just spin it.
Oh, just don't make a quick U-turn. You got to step your way around a corner.
Give it a try. That way, no.
Okay, we'll get on it.
Perfect.
Just make a U-turn. Buffoon. I hate this stupidity.
The plan is to turn the dredge back towards the reliable ground that's delivered the best gold this season. But to turn the dredge around 180 degrees, Gene suggested carving out the right bank to expand the dredge pond. To save time, Tony wants to simply pivot the dredge on its spud and attempt to lift the bucket line over the bank.
Fire up, guys. Let's do it. Let's make the turn.
There's a hump right under us right here, so I knew this corner was going to cause us problems. Need more room. So we got to dig that out. He's got to lift the spud up and then push himself backwards enough to dig out this inside corner here. Hey, man, let's move back and go back that way a little.
Gene was right. There isn't enough room to swing the dredge around. The front pontoons are stuck on the bank. Now, to complete the 180-degree turn, Gene needs to back up, then lower the buckets to dig out enough space to complete the turn.
See, now he's pushing himself back. Matt, put the spud down there. Oh, we've never done a 180-degree turn. I can't read a book and figure out I got to do it. So I don't think there's too many dredging manuals out there to tell you how to do a dredge. Somebody out there will probably send me one now or something.
The dredge is in position, ready to run the bucket and dig out the bank.
Let's pull some levers. Let's make it happen. Let's turn this thing.
Easy, easy.
What the is happening now there? Lift it up. Good, I gotta go. Whoa, look at that. That bucket is completely torn apart. Look at that thing.
Tony Beat's dredge is shut down. If he doesn't come up with a fix, and fast, the unforgiving Yukon winter will close out his season.
Hey, Minnie.
Hey, what's up?
Well, good news, bad news. What would you like?
I only want good news.
Well, I'm gonna get it. We broke the bucket line.
You gotta be kidding me.
No,
Wow.
they got in some of that hard bedrock and this tore the one right up, so.
Then we're done.
No, not really.
Well, if you don't have the buckets, I mean, you don't run, so you really do not have a choice.
There has to be some buckets somewhere. One way or another, we're gonna have to come up with something here in the Yukon, because from anywhere else, it's not gonna happen. Gina and me are gonna go in the bunnies, see what we can find down there.
It's a waste of time.
Whatever we do, we're gonna have to find some buckets. So, have a nice day.
You too.
Over the last 100 years, more than 24 dredges have mined the valleys of the Yukon. 30 miles south of Paradise Hill, there's an abandoned dredge about the same size as Tony's.
I see the dredge. I still got a full bucket line on it. It's a long step, it's worth a try. There they are, Jim. I'm curious what size them are, you know that? I didn't bring it. Oh, you brought a tape, huh? Good thing you were thinking.
To fit Tony's dredge, the buckets have to be exactly 19 inches across.
23 inches wide, the other one's only 19.
No, they're way too big.
It's substantially bigger than the other dredges.
Well, that's it then. No bucket, no dredge.
Tony and Gene's treasure hunt is a bust.
So I guess Minnie was right. Call it quits. Let's get the out. What do you say?
Yeah, might as well head back.
I think so.
Back at the dredge, Tony and crew have no choice but to start packing up for the long Yukon winter.
Finally, it's done. It's all red. Gene is taking the top off the deck. All dry dock it. Get the out of here. That's all good.
But Minnie refused to give up and went antique hunting in Dawson City.
In the Yukon, there's a lot of people that have buckets and they have them as lawn ornaments. They put flowers in them, so they're kind of lucked out, you might say. Guess what I found you?
What the What are you finding?
Oh, I'm not saying. He had flowers growing in him, so I gave him the flowers back.
You're glad for the flowers, I guess. Well done, Sick. I'm good. I mean, it looks like they're going to fit right on there. They say no use looking at the thing. Let's grab one, swing it in, see what we got.
Okay.
Okay, gentlemen, we'll put that one on. Okay, look it on. Slide it in. Mike Pin, show it in. You got it? There you go. Done.
The first bucket is a perfect fit.
Okay, second bucket down, Mike. What's your finger?
Just one more bucket, and they're back in business.
Is there a hammer around? Bushing on this side, that's holding it back. Watch yourself. Go. That thing is sticking out way too much. I mean, that bushing is halfway out.
This bucket has sat neglected in a garden for 40 years. Its pinhole is blocked by an old rusted bushing.
Gentlemen, get a torch up here so we can cut this piece off.
Tony's only option, cut through the bushing with oxyacetylene.
The thing don't do it, man.
You happy?
We got it. Take it. Good, 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 good. Thing, put that thing in. Hit it, quit playing with the thing. Nail it, nail it, nail it. Thank you very much. Okay, gentlemen, take chain up. And then back dressing we go. Okay, take chain, let's fire up. Here we get some dirt in the thing and see what happens.
After a 2-day delay, the dredge buckets are once again chewing through Klondike pavement.
Oh, there we go. Might as well make some more money while we can.
The dredge continues its turn back towards Tony's proven ground.
Okay, let's get this thing turned around, then. Doing good? Back in business, as they say.
You're welcome.
Uh-huh. We're banking on Fort Knox helping us run this big pile of tater. If it doesn't work out, we don't get a second chance.
With temperatures around the freezing point, Kevin Hyatt continues to feed Monster Red from the $1 Million Pig Pie. Meanwhile, 8 miles west, at the Christie's Yard, the rest of the Huffman crew prepares to haul in a second massive wash plant, Fort Knox.
You know what, this thing is 20 feet wide, 30 feet tall, 150,000 pounds. I guarantee it's the biggest piece of equipment we've ever moved, ever.
Well, this is the first time we moved the plant like this. We've never moved it 8 miles up the valley by truck. Biggest thing is we just got to keep everything flat going down the road because it's quite top heavy.
Fort Knox weighs 75 tons. Its high center of gravity means that if it tilts any more than a few degrees on the way to McKinnon Creek, it will topple over. Todd joins Seamus in the cab of his vintage logging truck. Dave guides from behind in the loader.
Hey, Dave, you ready?
Ready, Todd.
All right, let's go. And hopefully we don't F this up.
Seamus has to keep his $1 million wash plant perfectly stable.
Whoa, really rocking.
Dave, how we looking?
It did slide just a little bit.
Yeah, 10-4, we'll watch it. Call it out as you see it.
10-4.
Their only access to McKinnon Creek is a twisting 8-mile stretch of narrow dirt road.
Okay, Dave, we're coming in the outskirts. Keep your eye out on these trees for us.
Oh, you're rubbing this corner pretty tight. Whoa. Oh yeah, you got that one. Just doing a little brush clearing as we go here.
This last corner here is kind of tight.
Yeah, you got it. Keep on going. Don't stop. All right. You were close there a couple spots, but you made it.
There's one final hurdle as Fort Knox approaches the Huffman's claim.
Last real obstacle is don't worry about that left side. Be careful.
Hear that?
Up ahead, a dangerous, uneven section of road.
Whoa! Whoa, what was that? Whoa! Look out!
Fort Knox is named after the United States Bullion Depository, which at its peak held almost 650 million ounces of gold, worth more than $714 billion. Enough to cover an entire football field in half a foot of gold.
It's gonna flip over.
On its way to McKinnon Creek, the Huffman's new wash plant, Fort Knox, flirts with disaster.
Whoa, look out! Hey, come up behind us. We need a push.
All right, I'm right behind you. Say a prayer. Come on, baby.
Dave steadies the back end of the trailer with his loader bucket, keeping Fort Knox from toppling over as it slowly clears uneven ground.
Keep going, Dave. Push, Dave, push. All right, woo!
Yeah, buddy, we got it.
I think we're home free to the mine.
Monster Red, meet Fort Knox.
Yeah, there you go, buddy. 2 plants.
After a nerve-wracking journey, Fort Knox is positioned right next to Monster Red to help sluice a massive mountain of pay dirt.
We gotta get this gold into our pockets, man. Tomorrow, 600 yards an hour, we can be running, guys.
All right.
Let's hit it.
Okay.
Woo!
This is a pretty big project to take on this late in the year, but you gotta know where the gold is, and this is the only place left that is thawed.
For 5 days, they have dug and fortified the new 120-foot wide channel. Inspectors have given Parker the go-ahead to divert Dominion Creek.
I guess we won't learn. It's snowing, and here we're taking on another big project. I really appreciate the effort that you've put into this. It looks beautiful. So let's get to it. What needs to get done? Maybe you can scoop up some of these big boulders, arm of the bank like you wanted to do, and when we take out this last berm here, it should all flow nice and gently through here, join up with sulfur down there. Bingo bango. Perfect. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. We're just trying to make sure that we do things right here. You know, I want to have a future up here, and that means doing things the right way. We got to dig up a lot of ground to get gold, but that doesn't mean we got to leave it, you know, a mess. So we put a lot of effort into it. We did it right, and hopefully net us a bunch of gold. Just about ready to pop the cork on this, baby. All right, you can let her fly. All right, guys, this is it. It's going to start flowing in nice and easy, just like we wanted. Seems to be running really slow. It ain't running right. The water is not quite flowing like it should, but what do you think's going on? I don't know, man. Something's going on with the water level. I gotta dig it down deeper. You do that, and we'll have to regrade the whole channel. Well, that's gonna take another week. What other choice do we got? The water's not flowing. Well, maybe there's something weird going on upstream. I'm gonna roll up there and check it out. Hopefully this is a quick fix so we get it all going the right way here. Well, there's a problem. Hey, Parker, we got an ice dab. Can you clear it? Oh, hell yeah. Ooh. You winner. All clear, buddy. How's she looking? All right, it's flowing again. Right on, man. Shooter!
By breaking the ice dam, Rick opens up the channel. Dominion Creek finally flows into sulfur.
Good job, man. Thanks, buddy. Looks good. Oh, yeah, looks good. Nice and wide like we were looking for? Yeah. Looks amazing. Give it a day to settle down and it'll look like it never happened. And now we've got a nice dry creek bed right behind us. Yeah, baby.
Parker's creek diversion has opened up 1,800 feet of thawed creek gravels. His dream of the 3,000-ounce season is still alive.
Now there just needs to be some gold in here. Yeah.
Hopefully be a little bit better than the last time.
At Paradise Hill, the dredge crew gathers for their weekly gold weigh.
Hey, guys.
There you go.
Last week, chasing good drill holes, they mined just 43 ounces of gold. This week, they lost 3 days to a complicated turn and broken buckets.
The run was a little shorter this time, so...
Yeah, no, we busted the buckets and no run. So, well, let's see what we've got.
5,
This gold represents 3 days worth of running.
35, 40, 45, 50. It's better than last time. 62.32. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is.
62 ounces, worth almost $70,000 from only 3 days of running.
Perfect.
The dredge is back on the gold.
That is encouraging. It looks like we're off the ground, turning around and getting heading the right direction where we were. The thing gets on the up and up.
We're about back on track to what we should be doing, so.
This is nice to know that we're back on the pay because it's snowing already. The season won't be much longer. If we're lucky, we get a weekend. Who knows what we are going to get.
To pay for his $1 million dredge, Tony still has to find 300 ounces of gold. But the Yukon winter is already knocking on the door.
I feel proud of what we've done here.
At Scribner Creek, Parker takes a moment to appreciate his team's careful land management and wilderness reclamation.
It's an area that we've mined and reclaimed. We spent a lot of time building a whole new creek bed and putting in fish structures and building the banks right and all the slopes right, and it's a complicated thing. And it looks good. Not only does it look good, but it's good habitat too. You know, we've done a good job of putting things the way they should be. You're welcome, otters! They love it here. guys, come on over.
After a week sluicing the last of the thawed pay dirt from the boundary cut, Parker has the results of the cleanup.
That's a big jar. This season, when it started off, I didn't really have a goal. You know, my goal was to get up here and go gold mining. But we set that 3,000 ounce goal, and that was a big ask. And you guys have taken that on. And we're all in this together, whether we hit our goal or not. I mean, going into this cleanup, we are at 2591. And with this, how full is it?
To hit their 3,000 ounce goal, Parker still needs another 409 ounces.
Whoa. 416 ounces. We're at 3,007.
Despite a rocky start, Parker's crew of young guns has beaten their season goal. Parker has hit his biggest gold total ever, 3,007 ounces, worth a phenomenal $3.3 million.
We busted our asses, and it paid off. That's one hell of an achievement right there. The job's done. But, you know, for me, the job's never done. Todd and company, you know, he's got a big old plant, and I don't know if that's going to do it. I don't know if 3,000 ounces. I don't know if that's going to do it. You know, there is time to sluice a little bit longer. I've got to stay, and I've got to see what's under that creek bed. If you want to leave, you're more than welcome to leave. Every one of you guys has put in more than a full season. But if the weather will let us have a few more days, then we're going to go for it. Who's with me?
I don't know about Goldzola. We pushed that plant pretty hard. I don't know how many more days it's got left in it.
That's a good point.
You might as well just like call it good and take it for a good season and start putting stuff away.
We've reached our goal, and I'd rather go now. No one to quit. It's time to go, guys. Let's wrap up, call her a year. Hey, Jack the crew.
Yeah, good.
I've got something to show you guys, and I'd like you to come to the gold room.
10-4.
After a week of running, Jack gathers the Hoffman crew for the gold wave. This season, they've mined 2,376 ounces of gold.
Whoa, that's a pile, Dad.
Yeah.
How much is here?
I don't know. I haven't weighed it yet.
To reach their 2,700 ounce goal, they still need another 324 ounces.
Moment of truth, guys.
30. 80. 225. 180. 200.
275, 300, 320.
334.45 ounces.
334 ounces, over $360,000, is the biggest cleanup of their lives.
That takes us to 2,710 ounces.
We did it! We doubled last year. We hit our goal.
The Hoffman crew has hit a goal that once seemed impossible. With 2,710 ounces of gold, worth nearly $3 million, they've doubled their gold total from last season. And as long as the big freeze holds off, Todd and crew can run the rest of their $1 million pay pile through not one, but 2 monster wash plants.
This is our season. 2 plants, 600 yards an hour,